All right, so this is a long time coming and a promise that was not forgotten, even though we did the sequel first.
Yeah, that's just on me because I was really in a Shadow of the Colossus mood at the time.
Yep, all your fault. You just refused to wait for my slow
Yep.
ass. I
Well,
recorded it a year and a half before I was actually ready.
a year. It's not my fault you take fucking forever, bro. I wanted to talk about these fucking games. And yeah, I'm not the one playing it this time. It is all on Crazy Armor. So, yippee.
Yep, I am here to ruin your beloved game.
No, don't do it.
So, you may have noticed this has a filter on it, and the aspect ratio is a little different.
I did
This
notice.
is not the HD collection. This is a Japanese copy of the PS2 version on an emulator with
Oh.
a fancy CRT filter on, which if it looks bad enough on the first part of YouTube, all future recordings will have it off.
It should be fine. Appreciate you putting this on. I think it looks great. At least in this recording format we
Anyways, you
got
may
going
be
on.
asking, why the JP version?
I'm not. I'm not asking why.
Anyways, so the American version was rushed out a few months early before the game could finish.
Mm-hmm.
And as such, for the JP version, a number of new things were introduced, like some post-game rewards.
Mm.
I think it's where the mode where you can first understand Yorda was introduced.
Okay.
Yorda's AI has been updated to better reflect battles, like when she's being chased. You have to hold the grip button to hold her hand to
Okay.
give players a better sense of immersion instead of just the touch, like in the Western release.
Right.
Uh, So I just thought it'd be really cool to explore this version because, frankly, this is a game that's heavily lauded because of how little you actually need to understand, because of how well things are visually conveyed. So I figured it would be fun to watch this game with the final layer of text taken off. So you will not be able to understand anything, even though
Yeah.
technically they wanted you to understand the main characters. You don't really need to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah. And I very much appreciate that decision. I fucking love this game. To get my thoughts on it out there, this is. It's really hard for me to pick and choose my favorites of the quote unquote Eco trilogy. But Eco, there's. I mean, like all of the games, there's really just fucking nothing like this ever. And it's kind of fucking awesome. I love the map design. I love the fucking character designs. It's all Ueda at his finest, as always. And yeah, it's so good. And a lot of the stuff you're talking about the Japanese version having certain differences, a lot of that is put into the HD version. So if you still want to play that version, then you'll get like a very similar experience to this. You'll just, have the English text
Hmm.
there.
Gotcha. I couldn't find a clear answer if it was in the HD version or not. And I also knew that when I played the HD version, you had to press the button, you couldn't hold it. So,
Oh no,
uh,
when I played, you had to hold the button.
is
The
it?
yeah, you had to hold the circle button to hold Yorda's hand.
No, it's a bumper, I think. But yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's the circle button.
pretty sure it's the bumper.
No, because the way Ueda does the face buttons, uh, it's kind of based on the what the character is doing. So the triangle button is jump because that's at the top, and the character moves up. Circle would be the holding of the hands because that's kind of, if you look on the controller compared to a person, that's
R1,
kind of
call
where the hand
Yorda,
would
hold
be.
hands, reach out to Yorda. It's R1. Or the right bumper, because
And what
Xbox
does circle do?
interact with objects.
Hmm.
You were in your head was in the right space, but I was right,
I really don't remember it
and that's
being
what matters.
the bumper. I don't know.
It's well, that also makes the most sense since you'd want to be able to control the camera while holding your hand.
You just do a little bit of a claw grip.
No.
Yeah.
Wow, this game's really quiet when I recorded it.
Yeah, I looked through the recording when I downloaded it, and I was like, holy shit, I have to have this at max volume to hear it.
I will fix that in later recordings.
It's fine. You just won't have to edit it for the commentary. Just toss it in.
Apparently. So anyways,
Yeah.
we should probably talk about the story a little bit. So in this series of cutscenes, we have seen this little boy with horns being dragged away while in chains to a large fortress. Nobody else around him has horns, so I think it's pretty safe to infer they don't like the fact that he has horns, and he has been left inside of this fortress. He can't get out. They use some artifact to open doors.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just exploring his way around, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. It is the big implication of the story is that like the horned children, they have some level of darkness inside of them, and effectively the queen wants them to absorb their darkness, the darkness that's inside of them, to continue living an immortal life.
Well, if we're just hopping straight into these kinds of spoilers, watch our Shadow of the Colossus commentary as well, because we also get a lot into the potential origins of that darkness.
Mm-hmm. I think it's fine to discuss the story as a whole, just because this game's been it's been around. If anyone who's wants to play this has probably played it by now.
This first environment's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is like one of the only times you're here. So you might as well look around. There are a lot of small details to look at in this, including a lot of rooms and balconies that serve no actual function for gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
But serve good atmosphere. My only complaint though is I do get lost on those sometimes when I first played this game.
Yeah.
So that was a little meh, but
yeah,
it's only a first time issue, and this is if you really like the game, you'll probably play it a lot.
It is something that this is like a big thing that Ueda kind of always does, is he wants to make, he doesn't only just want to make fun game levels. That's like priority one for him, but he also wants to make the places feel like real places. So they have a bunch of extra stuff that don't necessarily need to be there, just to sell the like atmosphere of the place you're in. And it's just something I really fucking love about his world design. Like those fucking windows are completely useless, but hey, you can climb up on them because it would make sense to climb up to be able to.
Yeah, that is an advantage you're getting to me playing this game instead of Dion here. Dion knows this game pretty well, has played it a few times. I played it once. I never even beat it the first time. So you're going to be seeing a lot of first-time new player reactions, and I think that's really cool to watch when exploring these games. It's when you're going to be the most explorative, I feel, or the most curious about something, versus later where you look at everything through the lens of, well, I've already beaten the game, and I just want to find every tiny detail. You're more confident in your exploration. This is, what am I doing?
Right. And yeah, it's a really I appreciate having that experience on recording, because you know it's not often you get to see, well, it's not often I've been able to see people playing this for the first time, especially people that I know, because I believe you're like the only other person that I know that has played eco or
Because you
anything.
pestered me too much.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think you like the game, probably, maybe.
yeah, I love the
Okay.
game. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm mostly gonna be positive, other than nitpicks. But I was gonna say this game also came out like right at the end of the era where these kinds of artsy games could come out from big developers with high budgets and
Mm,
actually do well. Though I don't think Eco did particularly well. Obviously, Shadow of the Colossus is the poster child of that.
right.
Um, but nowadays, it is very hard to imagine this kind of game being made without an indie developer,
Mm-hmm.
and that's gonna have such a different feel to it, just because indie games are much smaller projects. So
Yeah.
that is one of the really cool things about playing these games. But it also makes you sad because you're never gonna see what this kind of game could look
Mm-hmm.
like from these developers on newer hardware, for the most part. We'll see how Project Robot is, of course.
Yeah. And I mean, even like uh, The Last Guardian, I would say, is like a good vision as to what this kind of game could be like on, more advanced hardware and stuff. But this game is like the one of the biggest inspirations for this and Shadow of the Colossus, I would say, are one of the biggest inspirations for the games industry going forward after this point. Um, Obviously, like Miyazaki has said that he was inspired by these kinds of games for the Dark Souls and Demon Souls games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even like there's even some like reciprocal inspiration going on, because like you can kind of get some Shadow of the Colossus-y vibes out of like Breath of the Wild and stuff, and I'm sure there's some Zelda inspiration
Oh,
for
100%.
this game and stuff.
Ueda
Um,
definitely played Ocarina of Time.
for sure, yeah. And I don't know, it's like so many games just straight up wouldn't exist, or at least exist in any similar form to what they are, uh, without like
Okay,
this
so
game.
I don't know if you saw the cut. I'd
Yeah, I
probably
did.
cut out a good 8 minutes.
Oh, that window I didn't. It took me forever to find on my first playthrough. I was like, where the fuck am I supposed to go?
Yeah, this game. Remember those complaints I had about Crash Bandicoot secrets?
This game is Crash Bandicoot Secrets.
Yeah, but you just have to do
Yeah,
it
it's
normally to
mandatory.
progress.
Yeah.
Though
Yeah,
it is
like
really cool that on the inside you can't see out because of the light, but you can see inside the castle here, and it's not like blackened or anything, or
mhm.
darkened. Um, yeah, you can
Yeah.
just see into it because it would make sense to be able to see it. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's fucking I love games from this era for like having to pretty much get creative with doing lighting and stuff like this. Uh okay. That made me nervous for
That's right,
some
he's gonna
reason.
fall.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. But
He's just gonna land on his butt a little. It's
yeah.
okay.
This game, did you know, was actually meant to be a PS1 game?
Yeah, I did. I watched Liam Triforce's video on the series.
I cannot fathom what this game would have been like on a PS1. I'm sure it would have been very similar. It probably just
I
would have
mean,
run like shit.
you know what would also blow your mind? You know the game Eternal Darkness on the GameCube?
Yes.
That was originally made for the N64.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. I would have, me being the low poly graphics guy that I am, I would have loved to have seen the PS1 version of this game, but I'm very glad that
Yeah.
it ended up being a PS2 game.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I'd love to see. I can't wait to see what Project Robot looks like.
Mhm.
Is because like these guys pioneered a lot of aesthetics in games
Yes.
very unintentionally because they just wanted to push the system to its max limits.
Mhm.
And that's kind of a huge difference between wanting to see what these guys do and indie developers. Is indie developers really like to obviously go all in on particular art styles because
Right.
it helps, mask some of the development shortcomings because it's just how it is. You don't have a
Right.
large team.
Hmm.
I would love to see what a large team could do with these kinds of games. Obviously, Last Guardian says, yes, I know. I don't have a PlayStation 4, okay?
Hmm.
I can't play it.
Yeah, I know this goes into not having a PS4 as well, but even playing like the Shadow of the Colossus remake, it's kind of a good window into how it could kind of look. I know it doesn't. The Shadow of the Colossus remake is like 1-to-1 the exact same game as the original. Doesn't really try to advance things, so it just kind of is like, look at our pretty graphics. But it's still, it's still just cool to see games like this in that style. And that Project Robot trailer has so much fucking promise. It's still like unequivocally Ueda in terms of its like visuals and like the world and how the character moves and everything. But it looks so smooth and like just so graphically nice. It's kind of it's hard to believe that it's just gonna be like that. you know Even though I saw it with my own eyes, it's hard to believe that it's gonna be like just that, because we talked about it a lot in Shadow of the Colossus. It's impossible to play these games without realizing, yeah, they're full of fucking jank. Just because they're really
Well, let's just
old.
look at the way he's dragging her around.
Yeah. It's like this is one of the first games to have like dynamic animation, like inverse kinematics and stuff like that applied to the character model in real time. So yeah, of course it's gonna look jank.
Uh-huh. Well, what I like about this game is how consistent it looks the whole way through, because, like, you
Yeah.
take something like Final Fantasy X, which would be the poster child of high-end graphics on the PlayStation 2, and that game only looks incredible in certain sequences, certain points.
Right.
Like, it's not equal all around, and the biggest thing that hurts that is the general walking animations and anytime you're outside of a battle or a cutscene. And even just general cutscene looks and camera angles, like, they're all really, really stock looking. The graphics are pretty, but they do not hold up in quality the whole way through. This game is consistent the entire way through. It is pretty from start to finish. It is fluid from start to finish. So, fun fact, I didn't realize this. You have to, like, stand on the left side for him to sit down. He won't sit down on the right.
Well, yeah, because
So
that's
I'm
your
just
to
not
spot.
gonna get the save right now.
It's your to spot.
I
That's
spent
fucking awesome.
Yeah, I spent disheartening amount of time playing around with this.
Oh, you're almost there. Oh no. Okay. That's hilarious. I like how she even like specifically pointed to your spot.
Yeah,
when
she wants
pointed
you
at
to
it.
sit here. She wants you to sit here, and I'm just ignoring everything the game's
like,
trying to
I
tell
can't
me. It's
do
really
it.
funny. And I'm
See,
like,
this-
all right, we're going.
The problem with Ueda games is that if you are quote unquote remarkably unobservant, like my buddy Crazy Armor here, you are gonna miss out on some things because, yeah, these games are meant to be played without words, and you have said many times that you aren't necessarily as big on the show don't tell type of things as maybe I am. Because of your unobservantness, and which it's a fair thing. Also, I just noticed that those like horned statues very much resemble the Colossi in Shadow of the Colossus.
Neat.
God, so many cool details in these games. I love the like. It is intentional. Ueda doesn't necessarily make these games to where they can fit perfectly in like the same universe, but he kind of like has like his implications of like, yeah, maybe they could be. because I think his idea is, they maybe exist in the same world, but like each of them is like thousands of years apart or whatever. So they don't really have they don't really matter to one another, but they have like interesting connections between one another that are fun to explore. And a lot
I'm
of people
having an annoying amount of trouble with this fight.
those little things are really annoying. I will give that to you. But I don't think there's much. You just have to put a barrel on this, I think, is all you have to really do.
No.
Oh, never mind.
You don't have to do anything. Just walk through.
I was thinking of a later area where you gotta like raise some stairs. Well, you can't go that way yet.
Puzzle.
Can't go that way yet.
Back in we go.
It's sort of like the Dark Souls shortcut back.
Probably a loading screen. You just have to put your box out of the way.
Oh, this was the room I was thinking about. Because of the stairs
You said put
rising.
a barrel on the thing.
Yeah, but I just remember the stairs rising on the side.
Oh. It's a cool animation.
I don't
It's
remember
memorable.
necessarily the solutions to all the puzzles or whatever.
Where is she?
Just call for her.
There she is.
She's like, get the fuck on with it, bro.
Get on with that.
Just tired of your shit already. Yorda is me, for real. Hashtag.
If we could have someone make custom art for this, I would put the cat, my cat image over.
And then my
The
stupid
protagonist and
Jelly
you get to
Lord
be
face
on.
over Yorda.
Yeah, your Yoda.
Speaking of Yorda, I already said I love the character designs. Hers is fucking crazy good. She just looks so amazing. She's so bright and white. She's almost like a ghost. And I love it. I don't know.
The only character design I can think of that competes for it in a similar design sense is like Yona, the grown-up version from Nier.
Yeah.
But you don't get to see her too often. But it's a really, really solid design.
Mm-hmm.
And that design was probably inspired by Yorda.
Probably.
Something tells me Yoko Taro loves this game and Shadow of the Colossus to death.
If you watched our Nier commentary, I probably brought up Shadow of the Colossus a billion times during that. And even during fucking Sonic Frontiers, we brought it up a lot. It's just, it has such a hold on the game industry art direction. And I'm fine with that because I love how these games look.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. These fuckers. Yeah, I do find it interesting because one thing Ueda's known for in his games is like the subtractive design. Obviously he thought that combat was important for this game, but not enough to where he wanted to add like cool combos and stuff that you can do. You really only have the one sword swing motion that you can do. And everything pretty much dies in 1 or 2 hits.
Yeah.
You
This
cannot
game could have
die.
done with some more combat.
You cannot die, and the only like lose condition is if Yorda gets captured. So he always is just making decisions to emphasize the main point of the game, and I can appreciate that. You're just all in this game. You're all about protecting Yorda.
It's funny enough the antithesis of Yoko Taro design, where Yoko Taro just crams in everything
he just fucking
loves
adds
about
in
a specific
everything.
genre
Yeah.
and runs with it. You know,
Which, there's merits to both
You got this
designs.
sci-fi game, but you still have a fishing mini game.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
There.
If you want a good way to look at both examples done well, play both Near and then Eco, or I guess Eco and then Near, specifically Automata. Like you're gonna have more fun
Yeah.
with Automata, anyways.
Um, I think there's definitely merit to both design philosophies because like I think most mainstream gamers would play a game like Eco and wonder why there isn't a full combat system with like RPG level up mechanics and
These
quest
guys are
lines
giving
and
me a really
whatever.
hard time.
Yeah, you are struggling. I think they just take more punishment in this version.
Maybe
It
they
seems
do.
like because I did not remember them taking some. Because literally a minute ago I was like, yeah, everything dies in like 1 or 2 hits, and that guy took like 10.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but
Oh well, this is the canon version as God intended,
oh, did we get
and it's a
the
wonder.
save room?
I figured out how it
Oh,
works.
yay! This is the cutest save room idea ever.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking
All
love
right,
this.
now you get to watch me struggle through the menus I can't read.
Oh god, it's Japanese. You did it. It's saving, probably. That's probably what that means. It just says deleting save file.
We see now it's trying to ask you if you want to say if you want to keep saving or if you want to like keep playing the game. I think it's if you want to keep playing the game or exit. And I hit high there because I was like, oh, that must take me out of here. No, it exits you out of the game. I was like, oh, I guess I'm done recording now.
Hey, you know what? It was a good spot to end, anyways. Yeah. I'm
I
very,
agree.
very,
I
very,
agree.
very excited to be back in the world of these games. I'm so happy.
Hell yeah.